Okay, so let's just go straight in the middle. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are going to do a really chefy recipe again using the sous vide. We are going to do a filet mignon, but we're going to do it with a pork tenderloin. We're going to take the pork tenderloin, we're going to wrap it in smoky bacon, we're going to sous vide it, and then we're going to pan fry. Easy as that. Let's show you how to do it right now. Okay, we have a pork tenderloin here. Let's just give it a little drying off. So what we're looking for on the tenderloin, we're looking for any of the fats that we can actually take off. Now, this is hard fat which does not dissolve when cooking, so we need to get that off there. I'm doing this the wrong way around, but not to worry. So we don't want that. That's gone. Now you can go 2 bananas and you can take out every single piece of fat, you know, but this stuff is not going to do any harm whatsoever, and it will add to the moisture in our tenderloin, our filet mignon. Now you always have this really thin end on the tenderloin. Don't worry about it, just fold it over. And now that is more or less the same size. Now you can trim it off if you want. So that's our pork loin. You know, we're going to leave that little bit on there. We've taken the hard fats off. And then what we're going to do, we're going to wrap it in bacon. Now I'm using smoky bacon for this. And what we need to do, we need to overlap our bacon and stretch it out. Now as per usual, when you actually buy bacon, this has been frozen and it's been sliced as thin as possible. I mean, this stuff's nearly transparent. Ridiculous. And the water content in here is enormous. And then all we're going to do, we're going to take some Dijon mustard. I'm going to put some Dijon mustard. Just bring it down a bit. Now we don't want too much on here, but we want enough on to give that little bit of a flavour on that pork on the inside. Then we're going to take our pork, I'm going to put our pork on there, like that. A little bit of seasoning. You know, this is the only place we can season. A little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. So what we need to do, we need to roll it, so we need to bring over those ends. So bring the ends over. And then roll over your pork. So that is our tenderloin pork right there. And then we need to shrink wrap this. So there's our shrink wrap, and then what we need to do, we need to take our pork and we need to bring over the shrink wrap. and roll up our pork in that shrink wrap. Now roll it quite tight if you can. So that's our pork rolled that way. And then what we need to do, we need to take some more shrink wrap. Now with this shrink wrap, we need the overhangs on the sides. And what you do, you put your pork on there and you roll it over nice and tight, and then you get these ends, hold these ends, and then all we're going to do is we're going to roll our pork forward like that. Forward, take it back, forward, take it back. And what's happening is that these ends are tightening up on the pork. So stand it up, and then we need to tie that off. Tie it off. Then we need to do the other side. So that is our pork joint ready. Take off the ends. You don't really have to take off the ends, it's just looks a bit neater. And there we are. That is our pork ready to go in a bag to go in the sous vide. Okay, so I'm using a Ziploc bag, and we're going to put that in this Ziploc bag. So take your pork, put it in the Ziploc bag. So nice and steady, squash out the air. Squash out the air, come right to the top of your bag. Because we're using a Ziploc bag, seal in the sides, but leave the middle open. And then bring up the air. Now, if it seals like that, you can just squash it in. And that is sealed up, ready to go. Or so bring up as much air as possible, and that's going to flatten out down there, stick together. And then what we do, when we put it in the water bath, we then seal that end because it displaces the air up inside the bag. So what we need to do, we need to drop that in our water bath. So let's have that in there. Drop it down, and as it drops down, the warm water will displace the air out of the top. And as the air displaces, seal it off. Close down your lid. And then we need to set at 57 degrees. And that's it. In an hour and 50, that pork will be perfectly cooked inside. We'll take it out, dry it off, pan-sear it. That's as easy as that. And we'll end up with a restaurant quality filet mignon pork tenderloin wrapped in smoky bacon. Oh. Okay, time up. Let's get our pork out of there. There we are. Perfectly cooked. So all we need to do now is we need to get that out of there, and we need to dry it off or pat it dry a little bit with kitchen towel. We need to get that plastic wrap off there. Nice and gently. Now what I will say is, when using plastic wrap, make sure you take all the plastic wrap off. A little pat dry. Now we have to pat this dry because we have to pan sear it. And if we don't pat it dry, it's not going to sear in the pan. It'll steam first. Now be very gentle with it at the moment. Okay, so to pan sear it off then, just go in the pan with whatever oil you want. Whether you want canola oil, any neutral oil, olive oil, anything, it's up to you, oil of your choice. Then we want a flame on. Now it doesn't want to be too high. This is already cooked inside, so all we're trying to do is put that nice bit of colour around the outside. Okay, when we seal our meat, take our meat, folded bacon side down, that's formed a seam. That has to go on the bottom of the pan. We need to stick that up on the bottom of the pan. So in we go. Don't fry too high, it's already cooked. A light colour. Okay, that will do. We just need to get that out and let it rest on that board. Okay, so let's just go straight in the middle. Oh, look in there. Oh, that's so soft, so tender, it just melts in your mouth. It's got that smoky bacon around the outside. That is incredible. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. Catch you in the next video.